Welcome to Philotimaths, fighting problems one step at a time.
Welcome to Philotimaths. In this video we're going to see how to substitute into functions. Let's have a look at an example. Okay, so in this example we have been given the function f of x, which is equal to 2x plus 1. The question is, what is f of 0, what is f of 1, and what is f of minus 2? Now let's go ahead and answer what is f of 0. So in order to answer this question, all we have to do is go back to a function, which is f of x equals 2x plus 1, and replace x with 0. Okay, so 2x plus 1 really means 2 times x plus 1. And instead of 2 times x, we will now have 2 times 0. So let's go ahead and write that down. So we will have 2 times, now instead of x, we will have 0. So we'll simply write down 2 times 0. And then we have a plus 1 in the end. So let's go ahead and write that down. So instead of 2x plus 1, we have 2 times 0 plus 1. Well, what does this expression simplify to? 2 times 0 is simply 0. So we'll go ahead and write that down. So this becomes 0 plus 1, simply because we had the plus 1 here. Now as a final answer here, notice that 0 plus 1 gives us 1. Therefore, this f of 0 we've been asked to find is actually equal to 1. Now let's have a look at the second question. That is f of 1. Now in order to find f of 1, once again we'll go back to a function which is equal to 2x plus 1. So we'll simply write that down, but we'll replace x with 1. So instead of 2 times x, we will have 2 times 1, which is the number in the brackets. And then we'll go ahead and copy the plus 1, which is part of the formula right here. Okay, now what is 2 times 1 equal to? That's simply 2. So we'll go ahead and write down 2 plus 1 for this expression. And now what is 2 plus 1 equal to? Well, 2 plus 1 is equal to 3. Therefore that means that f of 1 is actually equal to 3. Let's have a look at the final question in this example. So that is what f of minus 2 is equal to. Let's go back to our original function, which is 2x plus 1, and replace x with minus 2. Therefore that means that instead of 2 times x, we will have 2 times the number inside the bracket, which is minus 2 in this case. And then we will have to copy the plus 1 in the end. So plus 1. Now let's go ahead and simplify this expression. What is 2 times minus 2? Well, that's simply minus 4. Therefore, this expression will become minus 4 plus 1. And what is minus 4 plus 1 equal to? Well, that's simply minus 3. Therefore, f of minus 2 is actually equal to minus 3. Therefore, this example is now completed. We have answered what f of 0 is equal to, what f of 1 is equal to, and what f of minus 2 is equal to. Okay, so in this second example, we have been given the function g of x equals x plus 1 over 2. Now the first question is, what is g of 0 equal to? Now to answer this, we'll go back to a formula for the function, which is g of x equals x plus 1 over 2, and we'll simply replace x with 0, which is the number inside the brackets. So let's go ahead and do that. So instead of x plus 1 over 2, we will simply have 0 plus 1 over 2. Now let's go ahead and simplify this expression. Well, 0 plus 1 is simply 1. Therefore this expression becomes 1 over 2. Therefore our final answer here is that g of 0 is actually equal to 1 over 2, or 1/2. Now if you would rather give your answer in decimal form, you could say that g of 0 is equal to 0.5. Now let's have a look at the second question, g of 7. Well, g of 7, in order to find this, we'll have to go back to our function, which has the formula x plus 1 over 2, and we'll simply replace x with 7, which is the number inside the brackets. So instead of x plus 1 over 2, we'll simply have 7 plus 1 over 2. Now let's go ahead and simplify this expression. Now 7 plus 1 is simply equal to 8. Therefore this expression becomes 8 over 2. And now notice that 8 over 2 means 8 divided by 2. And 8 divided by 2 is simply equal to 4. Therefore, we can finally say that g of 7 is actually equal to 4. So we'll put that in a square to make it nice and clear. And let's have a look at the final question here, which is g of minus 3. Now, in order to find what g of minus 3 is equal to, we'll go back to our formula for the function of g of x, which is x plus 1 over 2. And we will substitute, we will replace x with minus 3, which is the number inside the brackets. Therefore, instead of x plus 1 over 2, we will have minus 3 plus 1 over 2. Now let's go ahead and simplify this expression right here. Now minus 3 plus 1 is simply equal to minus 2. Therefore what we get here is minus 2 over 2. Now notice minus 2 over 2 means minus 2 divided by 2. Therefore this becomes minus 1. So our final answer here is that g of minus 3 is equal to minus 1. So in this final example, they've given us the function f, which is a formula which looks a bit strange. So what we'll go ahead and do is decode this strange looking thing into our usual looking function. So notice we have f colon x arrow this fraction. What this means is that x is being sent to this expression. We can simply rewrite this as f of x is equal to this fraction, 2x plus 1 over 3. So whenever you've been given this notation, you can simply rewrite it using the colon as your brackets around the x and your arrow as your equal sign. So let's go ahead and answer the question here, which is what is f of 7 equal to? Well, f of 7 is simply f of x, or we'll go ahead and replace x wherever we see it with 7. So we'll use this formula, which is 2x plus 1 over 3, and we'll go ahead and replace x with 7. So instead of 2 times x, we will have 2 times 7, which is the number inside the brackets, and then we have plus 1 over 3. Now let's have a look at this expression, 2 times 7 plus 1. Can we simplify this slightly? Well, 2 times 7 is simply 14, so we can go ahead and rewrite this as 14 plus 1 over 3. And now what is 14 plus 1? Well, 14 plus 1 is simply equal to 15, so we can rewrite this expression as 15 over 3. And now notice 15 over 3 means 15 divided by 3. And we all know that's actually equal to 5. Therefore we can go ahead and say that our f of 7 is actually equal to 5. And this is our final answer for this problem right here. This was a short lesson on substituting into functions. Now we love filming these videos for you guys, and we expect nothing in return really, but perhaps I could come up with something. Now let me think on that, and let you know next time.
Have you suffered from a maths-related injury in the last 4 months?
You're in the right channel. Welcome to Philotimaths.
So this was a short video on, what was it on again? Okay, so in this final example they've given us... We really love filming these videos for you guys, and we expect nothing in return. Except maybe I could try to come up with one way that you could perhaps do something like correct my spelling. So we really love filming these videos for you guys. Please. I thought it was going to come straight into my eye. Okay, let's do it again.
Oh god!
We really love filming these videos for you guys. And I just love it. It's so funny. Now we love filming these videos for you guys. But no. Now we love filming these videos for you guys, and we expect nothing in return. However, right, let's try again. We really expect nothing in return. Perhaps. And we truly expect nothing in return. But perhaps. And we truly expect nothing in return. However, perhaps. Now we love filming these videos for you guys, and I can think of nothing you can do to pay me back. Except pay me back. In money.